Alrighty guys, today's video, we got ourselves a free four-wheeler. An old Polaris four-wheeler at that. Unsure of the condition, but it's not terrible. We actually got 3 of these. This is the one that I'm going to try to get running first. Just do a health report on it, see if there's compression and spark, and maybe if it runs on spray would be ideal. This is our favorite 2-cycle, 2-stroke machine from the 80s, I want to say. So you guys got to check this thing out. There it is. Nice old machine right there. I believe it's a Trailblazer or Trail Boss 250. Today, try to get it at least running or see if it's down on compression or what the real problem is. And then we have, like I said, 2 more of these to eventually go through. You can see the sweat starting to pour off me. It's going to be 90 out today, so it's going to be warm. But we should be able to at least diag this thing and see what's wrong with it. Here's a better look at this four-wheeler. As you can see, it's got a lot of dust on it yet from in our shed where it's sat for the last couple months, and it's been inside a garage the last at least year or 2, and then before that, it's unknown. So this is what we're working with. I'm a huge fan of these single-cylinder 250 2-strokes, very simple Mikuni carburetor round slides. I did see that the rear shock bushing is, I'll see if you can see that down there, completely gone. So that's definitely gonna have to get taken care of. Axle bearings, never heard of those. What else? So yeah. Throttle's not froze, the brake master cylinder is not froze. It definitely doesn't work, but it's not froze, so that's good. I suppose we should reach in there, get the spark bolt out, possibly take this front cowl off just to get better access at things. And then kind of see what's going on with it. I know I checked the transmission, which here I believe is the shifter. I did check, it did have the gears forward and reverse, so I think the transmission's okay. The PVT or CVT clutch system, I did not inspect that at all, so I have no clue what's going on in there. We could have clutch issues, you never know. But let's focus on getting this thing running first. If it'll run, then we can sort out the other stuff, like a little bit of play there. Oh, it looks like it's in that bushing down there, maybe in the lower steering shaft bushing. All right, let's get into this thing. Alrighty guys, we're gonna just remove the spark plug here. Let's see. I haven't really ever worked on these, so I don't know what plugs even in these things. Okay, so this has the rubber inside, just a little tight on there. Oh, she was rather snug, we'll say. Yeah, she's gonna be warm today. I do see a fuel filter that's installed backwards, so that's good. That's ideal. And the oil pump's still hooked up. The plug looks okay. It's not bad. Let's see if it's got any spark, guys. Here's this plug lead. Let's see if it'll... You guys probably won't be able to see it, but... Let's see if all these... What the heck is that thing? Oh yeah. Yeah, she's got spark. She has spark. Okay. I wonder if it's too soon to do the old snort test down its throat hole, but I think I'm going to pull just the air box out and just do it that way. Take the clamps out and then we can always shoot a little bit in that way. But it does have spark, guys. I think we might as well do a compression test on it. I'm going to see if I can get my hose down in there. Let's verify it's got compression at least a little bit before we get too excited. and then we can move on to the fuel system. Compression tester is hooked up. I'm gonna go key off, throttle wide open, and give her a couple of pulls. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're already at like 135. So 135 pounds of compression, it's definitely able to run on that. Let's take that airbox off and put a little bit of fuel down the intake, make sure it pops off, then we can dive into what the fuel tank looks like. And see if there's any trash floating around in there. Doesn't look like it has any, just a little bit of dirt in there. So that's actually not bad. We'll just have to see what the carburetor looks like. It looks like it uses like a 38 carb, I think. And like I said, the fuel filter that they put on is backwards, so you know that's always ideal. We'll get that straightened away when we look into the fuel system. Let's get that airbox off. We've got two 10mm and a flathead screwdriver for the hose clamp, and I believe, don't quote me on that, should lift out of there. All right, I'm wrestling the airbox out and got those bolts out. The clamp is loose down there, but she's a little on the snug side yet. Not a lot of room in there. Oh, there it is. And they got the old, I don't know what the heck they got the connector here off before. Assume that's to tell it when it's in reverse or neutral or something. Oh yeah, that carb has got, oh, the smell of old gas, guys. Here's your airbox. Oh, smell of old gas for sure. Let's get my compression tester out of there, and let's get a little bit of mixed fuel, and let's shoot it in the carburetor. These look to be piston ports, so yeah. I'm gonna try that. If she pops off, we know we can go through the fuel system and hope she runs after that. Oh, she's a runner. She is a runner. We just got to get some fuel and a carb clean, I think. We should be good. We'll take a look inside the tank, see what condition that looks like. I think it's dry, but there might just be a little bit of remnants we can kind of drag out with Chinese fingers on a rag. And then we can work on cleaning that carburetor, which shouldn't be too bad. Choke seems to work. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the video, we could hear it run on its own. Does it? Oh. Oh. Oh, she does move. She's on now. Ooh. There's honestly just dust in there, guys. Wow. A little bit of dust. I gotta go to town and to the gas station anyways and get some new gas. That way we can pre-mix probably a little bit of the first batch until we know it's pumping oil. I have not yet verified that the oil system has been bypassed or not, so we'll probably pre-mix just to be safe. Just need a 12mm wrench for the choke, and that'll be off. Yeah, it doesn't say the size, but I'm guessing a 38 from the looks of it. So we'll get that apart and clean that, and then we got to get some new fuel and then hope it runs. Here it is, all of its glory. Don't mind the entire bench being cluttered full of stuff, the entire garage. I mean, that's just winter time, you know. We'll pull this bowl off. Ooh, rather rather snug on a couple of these. Oh. That one there, I'm gonna have to get the... Oh, I got her though. Oh, she's tight. She's a little round, but it'll be all right. See if we can get all these screws out. What's behind door number 1? Oh! Oh! Oh no. Bad stuff. Luckily I have my good cleaner. This is some good stuff right here. Start soaking the bowl. I got a couple cans in the house yet if I run out. Get down our choke supply there. I basically soak the whole heck of the bowl with this, and I'll put my jets in the bottom to soak. Oh boy. Well, I am very glad we popped the carburetor off because probably wasn't going to start. Ooh. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Drop them in the solution there. Pound out our tube. That's out of there. It is a Q2. I usually let that sit in the float bowl too. I'll just soak it down with this stuff. Get some of it to soak in there. All right, let's check our air screw. Oh, she was at like a half turn. Probably end up resetting that just to 1 turn out, just for starters, and then see how lean it is from there. Don't forget your little spring on there. Leave the spring out. I'll put that in the solution. And it's just the stubborn pilot jet here to get out. I think I got it. The float height is terribly lean, but I could be because the float needle valve could be stuck, the spring-loaded portion. So I might have to get this all apart and clean that up, and then we can move on with reassembly. Here's that main jet that was absolutely disgusting before. It is now clean. It's a 240, I believe, is what the numbering said. Got the tube back in there, our jet spacer. Put our main jet back in. Make sure we don't put crap back on the jet. Nice and clean. Just gotta get our pilot jet clean now. Float bowl's looking good. Floats are moving. Just got a clean old trusty pilot jet here. Pilot jet's looking good. Clean. Put that back together and get this carburetor slap back on. All right, guys, I got a gallon of fresh pre-mixed fuel. I think the oil injection is still hooked up, so we're gonna maybe see if that works, but I'm gonna go about 50 to 1 on the initial mix here. I'm gonna first dump a little bit in and see if it flows out of the fuel line. Probably have to turn it to reserve. flowing gas. Hook our fuel line up. Oh, that fuel line's a little on the sketchy side. Oh, fudge sickles. Oh, fuel up. I'm gonna have to replace that line quick. I should have known better. I will put a new piece of fuel line on. Oh yeah. Fuel line is ruptured. Let's get that fixed. Then we can worry about getting gas in it. Well, it's the moment of truth. Let's see if our fuel system work has allowed this machine to run. Fuel line has been replaced. It is hooked up to the car. We're gonna choke this machine. See if it'll start up. Runs good. Good, boys. Real good. So I do a little minor adjustments when we get the airbox back on. Probably just tweak the carb a little bit. Yeah, I think we did it solid there. It smells like just nasty old varnish though burning out of it. Just disgusting. You can see spitting out of there. This thing's probably been dormant for quite some time. I think that's a successful revival on this old Polaris. Runs pretty darn good. Started right up on its own with the choke. What was that, 1-2 pulls? And she is running. So I call that a win for now, and we'll work out the bugs. It looks like the lights were going to start working. The neutral indicator's working. I should probably get a battery for it. Might even have electric start possibly on this one. So get all that going. We have a nice little ripper. Some ancient tires on it though. And it does need some other, you know, repairs done. Looks like the front handlebar stem support here is kind of broken. I don't know if it got rolled over maybe in its day, but throttle's feeling a lot better. But anyways, Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like on it if you did. We'll kind of go through this one and make it maybe drive again, possibly even trail ride it one of these days. So that is the plan. You guys know I couldn't leave you hanging without maybe seeing if this thing drives. Went to look at the brake fluid, and that's what it looks like. So not great. I'm gonna try to flush all that out here and hope it has brakes.